Hello everyone. This week I will be playing a last excerpt from the 39th Symphony from the second movement. The reason I have been playing a lot of excerpts from the 39th Symphony is simply because this is one of the most asked symphonies on all the violin auditions everywhere. Most cases, I dare to say without any statistic, that 80 or 90% of all the postings I have encountered through my life, they bring one or two or even three of these excerpts from this symphony. It's either the first movement, the third movement, the second movement, the fourth movement, no particular order, you know, it can be anything, but it just really shows us how much important this particular piece is in the terms of the requirements for a violinist to enter an orchestra. So in that sense, it's just, I think, good just to kind of get some of these excerpts before passing to another work. So today I'm going to play letter C, which is bar 96 through 125. So this very big chunk of music, so to say, it's completely different to the previous excerpt. It's still very rhythmically demanding. You still have this motion underneath, but this gets tricky with the intonation. It goes to many different places. You get a lot of extra sharps and flats, and things start moving around. So intonation is really difficult. The other thing is that you need a lot of grip, because this tends to go to the romantic side, and it should stay on a classical interpretation. And also the phrasing is challenging. It just gets boring, gets just pretty much a little bit automatic, because you get the same and the same and the same, and we know that it's just not appropriate just to play the same once and over, especially with Mozart. And there is another thing to consider with this excerpt, is that if we go to the score, we will know that we have always throughout this movement the subdivision of the 16 notes. For in this case, on the basses, we get this dun 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 forever. It's underneath us. So that's an extra layer that we have to be thinking while playing, so we don't make any mistakes on that, because it's just going to be really obvious when something is inaccurate. The other thing is there is 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, there are 6 bars of the same note repeated. Sometimes in auditions they do ask this very big part of repetitions of the notes. On other ones they just cut it off. They tell you to play one note or one bar and then you jump. But normally it's as it is, because they just want to know how well you know the score, how well you know the music, because you know, when you do see the music, when you are listening or you see the score, then you realize, okay, so the second bar of this repeated note, I get the flute. Then I can hear the second violins, again, the importance of the second violin part, and pretty much goes that way, like flute and questions, second violin replies, and so on and so on. Then we get the solo for the first violins before subito forte. So that itself, it just gives more clarity when we have to be waiting on these bars and trying to sustain that tempo. Then we can I think it makes more manageable the excerpt. So without anything further, I will play.